Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Car ton bras et porte l'épée, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
It is my pleasure to introduce a special and important addition to Convocation ceremonies that remind us all of the ancestral lands of the first peoples of Canada. This song is called a victory song that will start us off in a good way at every one of our Convocation ceremonies. Over the past hundreds of years, there have been many victory songs that have been passed down from generations. These songs have a special power to them, and therefore they carry such great meaning as this song correlates with the treaties signed with the Crown and the First Peoples of Canada. The treaties were agreements signed as a foundation for ongoing relationships in understanding one another so that we live together in a respectful relationship as we move forward together to advance reconciliation. We present this song to uplift the spirit and to encourage all of us to come together, sing and dance in victory for the graduates' accomplishments. It is my pleasure today to introduce the victory song, and I extend gratitude to our traditional singers and cultural ambassadors, Lyle Tutusis, Monty Sunchild, Al Crawford, Adrian LaChance, Colin Rain, and Jade Tatus, who have pre-recorded this victory song for the University of Alberta Convocation ceremonies. If you are able, please remain standing. Whatsoever things are true, a promise made here at the University of Alberta over 100 years ago. Today we gather to celebrate this commitment to ourselves and to our community. We celebrate with all those who live here today with their degrees. May you continue to seek truth. May you continue to serve in our global home. May you continue to grow in wisdom and understanding. And may you continue to uphold the university's value of integrity, freedom, and the equality and dignity of all persons, and to create a community filled with promise for the future and goodwill towards all. Please be seated. Welcome to the University of Alberta. My name is Nizar Jafar Somji, and I have the privilege of serving as the Chancellor of the University and conferring all your degrees today. Before we start, I would like to acknowledge that the University of Alberta is located on Treaty 6 territory and the homelands of the Métis. In stating this, we must recognize our responsibility to work in relationship alongside First Nation and Métis people and their communities on our way forward, and in good relations in uplifting the whole people for the next 7 generations and the university for tomorrow. Well, that was an amazing victory song, and this is my 3rd convocation. So in the first 2 convocations, I was as nervous as you were, so I didn't quite listen to the song as well as I did, but it's quite amazing and very uplifting. So, on behalf of the entire university community, I'm delighted to welcome you to this convocation. It's an exciting day for all of us. Today, graduates, we are pleased that so many of your friends and family members could join us to celebrate your degrees today. As you participate in today's ceremony, you're walking in the footsteps of many generations of scholars. And each of the traditions you see on stage and throughout the ceremony today have special meaning and significance. Today's formal opening procession to the stage, led by our Chief Marshal and the University Mace, originates in the procession of the Guild of Teachers. Such guilds in the past centuries were dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge, just as our university is today. The many different academic gowns, hoods, and caps here on stage today reflect centuries of university tradition. As Chancellor, I wear the University of Alberta colors of green and gold. The different colors of your own faculty hoods signify to everyone and to our society the degree that you have earned. Your caps, or Oxford-style mortarboards, may be considered a symbol of scholars' independence and freedom. These symbols and traditions remind us of our connections to the past, but seeing your faces today and conferring your degree is all about the future, about your future, and the future you will create for our communities and the world. With this degree, you will carry the ambitions, responsibilities, and commitments to build and transform the lives of your family, your community, and the global village we live in today. First, we will hear from the Chair of Board of Governors, followed by our University President. We will also hear from Dr. Randy Gregg, who received an honorary Doctor of Science, our university's highest honor at this morning's convocation. An honorary degree recognizes inspiring role models, leaders, celebrating extraordinary achievements or remarkable service to our society. And I'm so proud to be able to celebrate your honorary degree today. Following the presentation of following the speech or the convocation address, we will begin the recognition of your degrees. One of our deans will present you on behalf of the faculties, and our president will guide you through our pledge to pursue encouragement of learning and the public good. It will then be my great honor to invite you on stage and admit you to your degrees and confer upon you all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities that come with being a university graduate. Each of you will cross the stage as your name is called. For everyone here, that will be the most important part of the ceremony. Your degree will be conferred as I congratulate you and we meet each other on stage. So please make sure you stop by and say hello. That moment will bind you and the university together for all time. President and Vice Chancellor Bill Flanagan, Board of Governors Chair Kate Cusham, join me here in recognizing your accomplishments today. We are also joined by Elder Dr. Francis Whiskey-Jack, who is here today to extend a personal recognition to Indigenous members of our learning community. Distinguished guests on the convocation stage also include a number of community leaders and members of our academy. I am very pleased that deans and professors from our faculties of graduate and postdoctoral studies, medicine and dentistry, agricultural, life and environmental sciences, pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences, nursing, rehabilitation medicine, and public health are here to congratulate each graduate as you cross the stage. We are all here to welcome you to our University of Alberta alumni family. So I hope you take the time to enjoy your day. I would now like to start by inviting greetings from the Board of Governors.
Eminent Chancellor, President Flanagan, distinguished guests, graduands, families, and friends. I'm very pleased to participate in this special day on behalf of the Board of Governors to bring the Board's greetings and heartiest congratulations. Today is a day of celebration when the entire university community, along with your families and friends, gathers to celebrate you, the class of 2024. It's also a day to celebrate the university, which, by virtue of this marvelous milestone, has successfully provided you with the academic resources to support your engagement with issues and opportunities of 2024 and into the future. Collectively and cooperatively, you will be the generation that moves society forward in the arts, in the economy, in knowledge, discovery, and research. You've been changed over your years at the U of A. The knowledge you've gained here will enable you to thoughtfully address society's issues, influence others, and shape our collective future. According to Statistics Canada, less than a third of Canadians possess a university degree, and your wonderful achievement comes with responsibility. You're now the kind of citizen who will apply critical thought, share your knowledge, foster common understanding, and employ the skills you've gained here to better society in a competent, thoughtful, ethical, and engaged way, today, tomorrow, and from now on. Our very heartfelt congratulations to you, your families, friends, and supporters. Be very proud, savor your success, enjoy today, and we wish you all the very best for your future.
Thank you, Kate. It is now my pleasure to invite President and Vice Chancellor Bill Flanagan to address the convocation.
Thank you, Chancellor. It's wonderful to be with you here today, and a very warm welcome to our honorary degree recipient, Dr. Randy Gregg, to the many guests and family in the audience today, but above all, the graduating class of 2024. It's you we're here to celebrate. And crossing the stage today really marks a tremendous achievement. It marks the culmination of your hard work, growth, and determination. And you've navigated many long nights and early mornings and many challenges, including a global pandemic. And your ability to adapt, your ability to find solutions, and your ability to support one another will forever be an important part of your university story. And your journey at one of the world's top universities has equipped you with the skills and knowledge to thrive as a global citizen in a rapidly changing world. And inquiry is at the heart of everything we do at the University of Alberta. We pose challenging questions, and we are deeply curious about the world around us. From the lab to the classroom, you have been encouraged to share in this curiosity, asking questions and building a better world for all. You have learned from and explored alongside some of the world's brightest minds renowned researchers, professors, artists, and your fellow students. And curiosity fosters inspiration, innovation, and impact. And it isn't always easy to follow your curiosity. There may be many roadblocks along the way, but your tenacity will serve you well, just as it has for U of A researchers who have built a legacy of high-impact research, such as virologist Dr. Michael Houghton. His relentless curiosity resulted in the discovery of the hepatitis C virus, a cure, and a Nobel Prize in medicine in 2020. And so as you move forward, stay curious, seek new adventures, explore new paths, and challenge yourself to make a difference. Remember the strong connections that you've forged here. These bonds with your peers and fellow students and mentors can last a lifetime. And today you are joining an alumni community of over 300,000 U of A graduates around the world, a community that drives transformation in as many ways as you can imagine. The U of A alumni provide leadership in every corner and every sector of society. Companies founded by U of A graduates generate more than $250 billion in revenue each year, equivalent to the GDP of New Zealand. More than half of the almost 1 million jobs created by U of A alumni are right here in Alberta. What that means is nearly a quarter of Alberta's workforce works for a company founded by a graduate of the University of Alberta. We are a university of tremendous impact. And each of you will craft your own story as you move forward. And like many of the U of A alumni before you, I know that you will lead with purpose and make meaningful contributions to your families, your communities, and your professions. I hope that you will stay connected to the University of Alberta. We are enormously proud of you, and we're so curious to see the difference that you will make in the world. Thank you.
Knowledge shall not be the concern of scholars alone. The uplifting of the whole people shall be its final goal.
They inspire us all with their brilliance, creative force, and fervent desire to make the world a better place.
I accept in the name of our poor people.
Dream your dreams. It is possible to have a new kind of world.
Those who receive an honorary degree from the University of Alberta set the highest standards of dedication and excellence for students and for society at large.
It is a good day to be you.
Remember who you are. Remember where you come from.
And while their backgrounds and fields of endeavor vary widely, all are exceptional.
Maybe it's best if I just speak from the heart.
I will remember you.
How lucky are you to be armed with one of the greatest educations in the world and to be living in this country at this very point in human history.
We face today a clash of ignorances.
You are who make the history. You are who create the future.
U of A honorary degree recipients embody the university's vision to inspire the human spirit through outstanding achievements in learning, discovery, and citizenship in a creative community.
Your generation will be called upon to balance what is now moving quickly to a tipping point.
I think we are now and the threshold of a new beginning.
It is a spirit that is building one of the world's great universities for the public good.
It is your attitude that will sustain you. It is not what happens to you, it is what you do with it.
Go out and not simply change the world, go out and save the world. That is what I would seek you to do.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate of the University of Alberta, it is my privilege to introduce Dr. Randy Gregg. At this morning's Convocation ceremony, Dr. Gregg received the honorary degree of Doctor of Science, our institution's highest honor, and we are delighted that he will share his Convocation address with our graduates and guests this afternoon. A proud alumnus of the University of Alberta, Dr. Randy Gregg received both a Bachelor of Science and a Doctor of Medicine degree from our university. Randy's a shining example of what it means to be a lifelong Golden Bear. His remarkable achievements on the ice are legendary. He was captain of the U of A Golden Bears, a national team captain, a two-time Olympian, and a five-time Stanley Cup champion with the Edmonton Oilers. And just last month, Randy was inducted into the Edmonton Oilers Hall of Fame. Randy Gregg has inspired countless Canadians with his athletic prowess and his selfless leadership. In recognition, the Dr. Andy Gregg Award is now presented annually to the Canadian University player who best exhibits outstanding achievement in hockey, academics, and community involvement. Yet Randy's legacy extends far beyond his celebrated hockey and medical career. Upon retiring from professional sports, Randy continued to channel his energy into creating opportunities for others. He founded Fun Team Alberta, a grassroots organization that provides affordable, inclusive sports programs, allowing thousands of young athletes to experience the joy and camaraderie of sport without the pressures of competition. His commitment to community service is further evident in his role as honorary chair of Ronald McDonald House Edmonton, where his efforts helped raise over $1 million to support families in crisis. Dr. Gregg's influence reaches even further as a sports medicine doctor and a compassionate community leader. Whether volunteering as a national team physician or making elite baseball events affordable for families with the establishment of the Riverhawks baseball team, he has always prioritized the well-being of others. His contributions remind us that true leadership is found in selfless service and a steadfast commitment to lifting others up. Today, we honor someone who exemplifies the very best of what it means to serve their community with passion, humility, and commitment. And we recognize his exceptional achievements in sport, medicine, and community service. Eminent Chancellor, with great pride and respect, I present Dr. Randy Gregg.
Good afternoon, Eminent Chancellor Somji, President Flanagan, Dean Hemmelgarn, President Emeritus Turpin, distinguished guests, families, friends, and most importantly, today's graduates. Gee, I'm surrounded by a lot of important people here today. It seems like only yesterday that I was sitting in one of those seats waiting to walk across the stage to celebrate all the hard work and the challenges that were overcome to attain such a valuable university degree. For months, I've been trying to decide on a speech topic that I would have enjoyed if I was still sitting there among the graduates in the audience. I talked with Dr. Flanagan, who's a neighbor of mine, about a topic that may be appropriate for such a distinguished group today. He suggested that maybe I talk to you today about success. I told him I didn't really know much about success, and he reminded me that I'd worked as a physician for 30 years, but I told him that I really wasn't that great a doctor. He then mentioned that I was a member of 5 Stanley Cup championship teams, but I told him with Gretzky and Messier and Curry and all those great players in the 1980s, my mother could have won 5 Stanley Cups. He then reminded me that I scored 50 goals in the NHL. I said, yes, but it took me 9 years to score them all. Finally, he said, have a look at your beautiful wife, 4 healthy children, and 12 grandchildren. You definitely were successful in enriching our community with these great young people. I finally agreed with him, and my mind was then made up. I want to talk to you today about the concept of success. Before I start, though, I want to fill you in. Over in the balcony over there are 2 of my 12 grandchildren. Now, their mother, my daughter, assures me that they are the most attentive and quietest of the 12 children. We'll see in the next hour. But I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to utilize my strength now as an honorary degree recipient. So I talked to the person who admits people into the university. And I said, you know, I'd really like to register my 2 grandchildren into the university. And they said, Randy, you just can't do that. I said, well, I am an honorary graduate. And she said, well, but they're 5 and 3. I said, well, you can't start too early, but it would make a wonderful grandfather feel even better if my 5 and 3-year-olds someday were sitting in the audience graduating from the University of Alberta. Let's talk a little bit about success. I didn't know very much about it, but I looked up the definition of success in the Cambridge Dictionary, and it read the achieving of the results wanted or hoped for. Every person likely has their own definition of success, but I'm convinced that it's not our definition of success, but rather our focus on results that make true success so elusive. In minor baseball, if success is achieved by winning the game, then 50% of our young athletes are failures. But if success is achieved by playing one's hardest and enjoying the challenge of the game, then every player in a game can be successful. In an Olympic marathon, if success is achieved by winning the race, then only one of hundreds of runners will be successful. But if success is achieved by committing to the training, preparing for the race, and trying to achieve a personal best time, then every winner can be successful. I look around today at all your smiling faces and can't help to enjoy this environment of academic success. But if success is achieved by having the highest marks in your graduating class, then only a few students in this audience will have been successful. If success, however, is achieved in dedicating the time and effort to learn, becoming part of the university community, developing long-term friendships with classmates, and committing to be the best you can be in your chosen profession, then every student in this audience can be successful. You've heard just a little bit before about the new baseball team at Edmonton, the Riverhawks. I've been fortunate to be involved in the creation and management of the team since its inception. Over the last 2 years, we've eclipsed the West Coast League attendance record after joining the team only 3 years ago. Success, right? Yeah, I guess so. But I want to share to you my most amazing and satisfying baseball success. After every Riverhawks game, I noticed that the concession staff was throwing out cooked hot dogs that were not sold during the game. Being the youngest child in a family of 6 kids, I couldn't believe that any food would ever be thrown out. So I asked the staff to put the hot dogs into a box and keep them for me. At about 1 a.m., when all the cleanup was done after the game, I would drive down to the downtown Spady Center and give out the hot dogs to homeless people. They had no idea who I was or where the hot dogs were from, as most were suffering with mental health issues or drug addiction, but they were all hungry. Once the hot dogs were given out, I would drive home, jump into my bed, and try to get some sleep in order to get ready to see patients at 8 a.m. the next morning. After the second last game of the season, something magical happened. Following the game, I drove downtown, parked my car, loaded up my hands with hot dogs, and as I walked toward this group of bodies, lying on the concrete, trying to sleep or simply survive the night, I heard a female voice yell out, "Hey, the hot dog guy is here." Surrounded by homeless people, lying on the streets, simply trying to make it through another night, this was one of the most satisfying successes of my life. Along with playing for the Golden Bears and the Oilers, I was also lucky enough to represent our country in the 1980 Winter Olympics. This sixth-place finish in the Olympics was the highlight of my sporting career, much more so than all the 5 Stanley Cup wins. Not only did I meet the cutest little Canadian speed skater in the Olympic Village, who ended up becoming my amazing wife for the last 40 years, I had the privilege of becoming part of a team led by Father David Bauer, a visionary in sport who valued academic commitment and personal development as much as winning or losing. There is a quote attributed to Father Bauer that is so reflective of his perspective of sport and life in general, and has reinforced my definition of success over the years. And it goes like this: make use of technique, but let the spirit prevail. It will not be the test results that you attained or the knowledge you've acquired here at the University of Alberta, but rather the spirit of learning, sharing experiences, and striving to become the best you can be that will ensure your long-term success in life. And 20 years from now, when you're sitting around a table talking with friends about your convocation ceremony at the University of Alberta way back in 2024, I hope you tell them that you had to sit and listen to some hot dog guy who tried his best to define what true success really is. Best wishes to all the graduates.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Randy Gregg. He's got 2 of them now. For someone who's accomplished so much, the humility, the humbleness that he portrayed, and his definition of success is truly inspiring. So, hot dog guy, we at the university are proud to have you as our honorary degree recipient and be part of the class of 2024. And now, graduates, it's your turn. As the name of each graduate is called to cross the stage, I will formally admit you to your degrees, and we will have an opportunity to congratulate you. On your journey across the stage, you will walk past the University of Alberta ceremonial mace. Centuries ago, the mace was a symbol of authority over life and death. Today, this mace represents the life-changing power of knowledge and the importance of our university and our graduates in the community. I look forward to meeting you here on stage.
The candidates for degrees will please rise if you are able. Please rise. You will be asked to provide a spoken response for the pledge with the President, which will appear on the screen shortly. Eminent Chancellor and President, on behalf of the faculties, I present to you these scholars and ask that they be pledged and admitted to the degrees to which they are entitled.
Now, to our graduates, when you reply to the pledge, I want you to raise the roof. Do you promise faithfully to observe and loyally to maintain the statutes, customs, privileges, and liberties of this, your university? Do you solemnly promise to conduct yourself in all things loyally and faithfully to the honor of your university, the encouragement of learning, and the good of your country? Well done.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of the province and with the consent of the university, I admit you to the degrees to which you are entitled and invest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining to such degrees. I charge you to use them for the uplifting of the whole people, to inspire the human spirit, to serve your community for the public good, and to pursue more steadfastly whatsoever things that are true. Please be seated.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Brenda Hemmelgarn and Professor Ali Shiri, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Medicine and Dentistry and the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, the recipient of a Governor General's Gold Medal, Grant Curtis Bruno.
Dr. Bruno is the recipient of the Governor General's Gold Medal awarded at the Fall 2024 Convocation by the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies. This medal is presented on behalf of the Governor General of Canada, Her Excellency the Right Honourable Mary Simon. Established in 1873, the Governor General's Gold Medal is one of the most prestigious awards that can be received by a student in a Canadian educational institution for exceptional academic achievement. Dr. Bruno's home is the Samson Cree Nation, Masquachish, in Treaty 6 territory. And today he receives his Doctor of Philosophy degree in Pediatrics from the Department of Medical Sciences. And Dr. Bruno's thesis is titled Decolonizing Autism, an exploration into the experiences of First Nations people in Canada. His research focuses on understanding autism in First Nations communities, highlighting the unique ways in which it is experienced and perceived within our culture. A father to autistic children, Dr. Bruno recently started an assistant professor pediatric position right here at the University of Alberta, becoming one of 2 First Nations faculty members in pediatrics in Canada. He was also recently appointed as the academic lead of Indigenous Child Health for the Women and Children Health Research Institute, also at the University of Alberta, and he currently supports the Nipsi Gopak Pediatric Clinic at Masquachish to work directly and support the health of First Nations children and youth. Please join me in extending my heartiest congratulations to Dr. Bruno.
This is for my dad. I say it. Okay. My father was in the RCMP for 26 years. He retired as staff sergeant. Tomorrow is his funeral. I love my dad. This is for you, Dad.
A second recipient of Governor General's Gold Medal, Teresa Kumbothan.
Dr. Teresa Kumblatha is the recipient of the Governor-General's Gold Medal, awarded in the fall 2024 Convocation by the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies. This medal is presented on behalf of the Governor-General of Canada, Her Excellency the Right Honourable Mary Simon. Established in 1873, the Governor-General's Gold Medal is one of the most prestigious awards that can be received by a student in a Canadian educational institution for exceptional academic achievement. And Dr. Kumblatha's hometown is right here in Edmonton, and today she receives her Doctor of Philosophy degree from the Department of Laboratory Medicine and Pathology. And her research centers on advancing highly sensitive detection of infectious agents for diagnostics and community surveillance, and her methods can be used for the monitoring of viral pathogens in resource-limited settings. Her innovative methods have been used for clinical testing of viruses in oral fluids and for tracking viral trends in wastewater during the COVID-19 pandemic. Please join me in extending our heartiest congratulations to Dr. Kumblatha.
Rabbi Abu Faraj. Panyan Alavi. Huda Farouk Al-Shamali. Nazira Ameli. Alison Bahari. Raylin Brassard. Nadia Althea Brown. Wissam Mohammed El Sayed Basiouni Faraj. Stephen Lynn Gust. Bridget Hartley. Trevor Michael Kuritzin. Shu Ye Lo. Pedram Panyanpur. Tutan Pham. Mohammed Mizanur Rahman. Daniela Marta Roth. Nicholas Matthew Rule. Fernanda Tallarico. Shiming Tan. Jeffrey Jian Tao. Adrian Eve Scoville Watson. Jinyang Xu. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Science, Khalid Walid Akwawalnim.
Just as it's written.
Hazel Ajay Babidagli. Emily Jane Berg. Ria Midya Bardwaj. Ilsa Bati. Yue Chen. Bradley Edouard de Brul. Luc Richard Gagnon. Gabrielle Carolyn Gate. Srijana Gattam. Mosen Golizadeh. Paige Brenna Lauren Hardy. Sanaz Hemati Tashayi. Patricia Hernandez Rivera. Serena Teresa Isley. Andrew Mingyu Kim. Also receiving a graduate embedded certificate in maternal and child health research, Juliana Lasso Mendez. Stephen Zachary Lee. And someone is graduating and is carrying an adult with her. Chelsea Margaret Morin. Constantine Mozabir. Shamista Panda. Marcus Francis Pehar. Brianna Alicia Pickett. Andrew Nicholas Paholka. Mandeep Kaur Renu. Arshdeep Saini. Priyanka Saluja. Srivasan Shanmuganathan. Dania Nicole Villarreal Andrade. Caitlin Amanda Visser. Mitchell James Wagner. Taylor Mackenzie Walsh. Adam Christopher Wass. Parker Cole Wengren. Jordana Rilio Raza Williams. Rachel Yang.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Brenda Hemmelgarn, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Medicine and Dentistry. For the degree of Bachelor of Medical Science, Paige Jacobson Davis. Christy Hulin Lee. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Ricky Yeda and Professor Ali Shiri, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Agricultural, Life, and Environmental Sciences and Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Khulud Eladin El-Mihi. Emmanuel Christine Gose. Hayford Giamfi. Dagem Zacharias Hadis. Stephanie Michelle Chute Ibsen. Ekene Mark Anthony Eheshelo. Peter Odion Isasele. Mohammed Rashadul Islam. Pamela Nicole Klassen. Angeline Marie Letourneau. Srujana Mekala. Mohammed Salah Udin. Julie Wong. Yishao Wong. Zhaohu Shailin Shu. Jiyu Yu. Ezman Yuzbashian Sharifarbad. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Arts, Emma Rachel Carr. Chiara Louise Power. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Science, Kamola Abdrasalova. Jamin Nikoda Aktimichuk. Nandini Basure. Haley Marie Cole. Susanna De Leon Siller. Carter William Gorzitza. Daniela Juliana Guaqueta Garcia. Fernando Guerrero Zurita. Frewat Tesfamarian Hailu. Alexandra Jane Harland. Barjam Hassan Lari. Emily Hong. Shan Wing Ip. Innocent Bahati Katulanga. Gleb Kravchinsky. Sandeep Kumar. Saima Jahan Liza. Maria Camila Londono Mendez. Siki Mo. Sumeda Vashnevi Nalanthakal. Sarah Amina Namiro. Juti Abedin Nupur. Tematope Oluwasegun Olayode. Michael Oluwatimelian Olufeme. Vanessa Jifa Ose Bonsu. Mateos Enrique Paez Martins Narciso. Devansh Bhavin Kumar Patel. Andrew Peter Stack. Stanley Kinwa Wu. Shifan Wu. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Agriculture, Marius Nibabar Akir. Dorcas Isoken Aisen. Lily Elaine Cloutier. Nandima Mary Njekute. Omolola Miriam Kolawole. Esther Eric Moshi. Shintong Mu. Nkechi Progress Ngo. Abigail Clara Relau. Tarif Sakib. Julia Vander Merva. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Forestry, Catherine May Jessica Johnson. Zhenting Yu. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Ricky Yada, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Agricultural, Life, and Environmental Sciences. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, Evan Bernard Seguin. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Forestry, Shangyu Yu. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Environmental and Conservation Sciences, Jordan McLean. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Human Ecology, Isabelle Jacqueline Arden. Jordan Ann Leatherdale with distinction. Nadia Mukalaka with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Katharina Jane Westhauser Mueller with distinction. Also receiving a certificate in sustainability, Elaine Fu with distinction. Elizabeth Ann Tungle. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Animal Health, Wan Young Choi. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nutrition and Food Science, Carly Giselle Davidson. Miriam Hamid. Sydney Ruth Michaels. Michael James Tulk. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Christine Hughes and Professor Ali Shiri, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences and Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Amir Askari. Mahmoud Abdul Rauf Abdul Qadir Egati. Mohammed Harunur Rashid. Christina Tabet Said. Nasim Sarami. Malaz Abdelbagi, Elgelani Youssef. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Science, Saba Abbasi Desfouli. Omar El Hosseini Ahmed. Connor James O'Croynan. On behalf of Professor Christine Hughes, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. For the degree of Doctor of Pharmacy, Syed Azhar Hamid. Minjun Kim. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Shannon Scott and Professor Ali Shiri, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Nursing and Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Chantal Ray Cunningham. Tatiana Katarzyna Penchonik. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Nursing, Kelly Baskerville. Lily Liu. Sabah Un Nisa. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Shannon Scott, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Nursing. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing with honors, Noah Christopher Drake with first-class honors. Abigail Jean Garner with first-class honors. Juliet Ogochukwu Nwaiwu with first-class honors. Yusuf Rafaelo Natividad Rivera with first-class honors. Priya Vyas with first-class honors. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Ismahan Abukor. Assem Ahmed Abu Gahush with distinction. Isabella Claire Remy Adatia with distinction. Babafunke Olawamayo Adetenji with distinction. Deborah Mami Sapramanga Aikens with distinction. Okuchuku Philomena Amadi. Nadia Amar with distinction. Jennifer Abina Ampansa with distinction. Alicia Pauline Andreashik. Jeffrey Dennis Appelt with distinction. Anuprit Kaur Oluk. Vanessa Besarovic. Jerome Zion Bigletti with distinction. Ephraim Yabuachi. Emma Noel Bowman. Salma A. Borale with distinction. Madison Emily Callahan. Gian Kyla Casinto. Vivica Brooke Charrois with distinction. Christiana Hristova Chivenkova. Colin Chung with distinction. Morgan Taylor Corbett with distinction. Nina Maria Francesca de Castro Ariavas with distinction. Harsimuran Dio with distinction. Hitesh Duki with distinction. Daniel Job Balfasi. Hanan El Kadri, Marco David Enciso Rodriguez, Kendra Rose Enns with distinction, Jasmine Marie Escato, Deborah Felix, Kiana Flores with distinction, Tanzim Ahmed Rafiq, Kaylee Jade Fullerton with distinction, Brianna Jane Goloski with distinction, Rebecca Joy Hamar, Harley Tani Hamburg with distinction, Alan Jashin Han with distinction, Tamara Marie Hansen with distinction, Jennifer Heron with distinction, Roland Ho with distinction, Kenzie Lara Ryhorick with distinction, Jed Albert Ignacio, Alia Abderrahman Ismail, Erica Roslina Barbara Jansen with distinction, Nicola Jansen with distinction, Zaharadin Maruf Jimo with distinction, Dalen Rayana Jorgensen, Sukmani Kalan with distinction, Felicia Taylor May Kelly with distinction, Jasmine Kumbata, Georgia Lucy King with distinction, Abby Lynn Krasaniak with distinction, Jillian Eve Lemoynen, Ha Nur Lim with distinction, Carson Margaret Longo, Megan Janet Ann Lynch with distinction, Juliana McDonald, Kira Sky Mack with distinction, Naman Singh Mahal with distinction, Allison Kenzie McDuff with distinction, Amelia Julian McNish, Petya Sergeyevich Medvedev, Charmi Mehta with distinction, Rohama E. Menti, Sarah Emily Meyer with distinction, Emma Miljoljevich, Justine Alexandria Mochia with distinction, Shaniza Amina Mohammed with distinction, Kirsten Emma Moline with distinction, Brooke Ainsley Nokonechny with distinction. Wendy Osariamend Odiase. Julia Ziyao On. Adiola Orubu. Elora Krista Osbaldeston with distinction. Batuhan Osdemer with distinction. Ekta Patel with distinction. Neha Vijayakumar Patel with distinction. Alexic DeConick Penny. Catherine Janeth Philpott. Jamie Potker. Jennifer Eileen Poets. Sumia Puranalingam with distinction. Dasnil Daryl Ram. Rayan Rashid. Erica Reed with distinction. Sarah Beth Samoil with distinction. Erica Faith Sullen with distinction. Yejin Seo with distinction. Skylar Keaton Seraphin with distinction. Zenat Shahid with distinction. Kirby Pierre Castro Soko. Megan Carolyn Summer with distinction. Alexandra Ann Stashu with distinction. Daniel Evan Steyer. Jean Victoria Sambila. Laureen Frances Tabernilla with distinction. Sharon Tamaraiba B. Tebu. Erin Stephanie Toshnik with distinction. Victor Wong with distinction. Joubert Niel Capuno Velina. Gabriela Jordana Vaughan. Taryn Barbara Wright with distinction. Grace Yamenu. Kiefer Young with distinction. Kayla Wing-Young Yu. Yazhen Zhao.
Éminent chancelier, je vais vous présenter les gradués de baccalauréat de bilingue, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, baccalauréat bilingue en sciences infirmières. Michael Andrew Villalobos. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Mary Roduta Roberts and Professor Ali Shiri, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Rehabilitation Medicine and Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Angela Marie Fian. Adam Spencer Robert Parker. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Science, Roberto Fabrizio Aguilar. Teresa Lynn Auser. Maria Butchko. Christopher Michael Burgess. Canyon Don Desjardins. Callista de Souza. Kayla Fitch. Hannah Louise Gow. Sean Nicole Gorman. Lydia Hubte. Razma Hazarat. Sisiri Govinya Hamakumara. Carol Kai Rock Hugh. Maisie Hillman. Catherine Olivia Houston. Olivia Hyun. Desiree Eiston. Adoni Shama Jayandran. Palak Jingan. Awatef Kabara. Rosita Kayam. Cassidy Kinsella. Caitlin Marie Colby. Haley June Lancaster. Haley Therese Laviolette. Oluwatobi Michael Lewal. Jade Sinclair Lewis. Also receiving a certificate in Francophone practice for speech-language pathology, Emily Sarah Lawrence.
This is just Jeremy Mack.
Jeremy Mack.
Lacey Maria, many great.
Lacey Maria, many gray horses.
Caitlin Matway.
Caitlin Matway.
Pierce Andrew Melnick.
Pierce Andrew Melnick.
This is Monsignor Sepulveda.
Sarah Michelle Moncion Sepulveda. Amina Khalid Muelem. Valérie Nadeau. Brett Allen Nisbet. Sasha Raquel Pipke.
His first name's
Samira
Samara.
Denise Rowland.
Kirsten Rudiger.
Kirsten Rudiger. Preet Sani.
Emerald Teresa
Emerald Teresa
Schreier.
Schreier.
Lillian.
Lillian Shen. Lindsay Faye Smith. Faith Starr.
Last name Terra.
Clara Louise Terra.
His last name is Titchener.
Erin Grace Titchener.
This is Rachel Chu.
Rachel Tu.
This is Zia, and this is Van Blankenstein.
Zia Barbara Van Blankenstein. Melissa Jessie Wang.
Imin Wong.
Imin Wang.
Leanna Susan Worthing.
Liana Susan Worthing. Christine Wu.
Last name Zemp.
Catherine Elizabeth Zemp. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Jeffrey Johnson and Professor Ali Shiri, I present the following graduates for degrees in the School of Public Health and the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Tara Azimi. This is Danielle J.C. Klassen. Also receiving a graduate embedded certificate in epidemiology and applied biostatistics, Annalise Silviera. Danielle Yu. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Arts, Anita Daniels Black. Asha Kumari. Samantha May Mullen. Sarah Nakunam Gadrili. Faith Asasumwan Olen Rodwarju. Samantha Leisha Hove Smith. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Science, Madison Emily Cooper. Solmaz Gajar. Megan Christine Hunter. Michaela Alyssa Kirkpatrick. Cheryl Roberta Larata. Fatime Nazarat. Sayeda Hatafe Panahimo Hadem. Brooke Taylor Sidney. Hector Alonso Villarroel Ocando. Gazelle Zargari. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Public Health, Sakia Afroz. Ijlal Amir. Lani Ray Babin. Nancy Ugochi Green. Also receiving a graduate embedded certificate in health and economic evaluation, Samira Gayatri Guma. receiving a graduate in embedded certificate in communicable diseases and a graduate embedded certificate in health and economic evaluation, Abdul Wahid Jamro. Anushka Jere. Fajr Khan. Neha Kutyala. Kathy Grace Lee. Also receiving a graduate embedded certificate in health and economic evaluation, Evita Marie Molino. Ngo Joy Omoaka. Dane Ashlyn Dale Reich. Heather Ramona Royan. Masuma Sarwar. And Kei Yun Jo.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculties, I present to you the remaining scholars whose names appear in the Convocation program, but who are not in attendance.
So to our graduates, congratulations, you made it. And to family and friends, we've got an enthusiastic crowd today. And to family and friends, I think this moment merits a standing ovation. So please stand and join me and extend our congratulations to our graduates. And to our graduates, I think there's another group in the auditorium that also merits a standing ovation. So I invite you to stand and turn and express your appreciation to your family and friends who sustained you through this journey. And now it's time to turn our attention to the final part of today's ceremony. And before our graduates are welcomed into the University of Alberta Alumni Association, I invite you to watch the screens for the presentation of a special video montage. And the song that accompanies the video, Je te retrouve, or I Remember You, was commissioned by Campus Saint-Jean in 2008 in honor of the university's centenary. It captures, I think, the hopefulness and potential of days spent at the university, and I hope it will spark many of your own memories. The song is also a display of the U of A's talents. It was composed by Professor Emeritus and Honorary Degree recipient Dr. France Levasseur-Ouimet and was arranged by U of A alumnus Dr. Alan Bevan. And the recording is performed by Karel Saint-Jean under the direction of Laurier Fagnon. And I have to tell you, it never fails to bring a tear to my eye. I think you're going to love this video.
Eminent Chancellor, thank you. To the graduating class of 2024, you have shown incredible resiliency, drive, and determination to be here today. Congratulations and welcome. My name is Jonas Salawicki, and I graduated from the University of Alberta in 2023 from the Faculty of Medicine and Dentistry. It is my honor to congratulate you on becoming a U of A alumnus and to officially welcome you to our alumni family. We are more than 300,000 strong, living in more than 140 countries around the world. We are a supportive, proud, diverse, global network, collectively making extraordinary contributions to the alumni community, the university, and for the public good. Together, we are change makers, community builders, world shapers. Throughout the history of the university, our world has faced many challenges. But when we stand together, we generate solutions that make us healthier, stronger, safer, and more just. We will always be seeking, always be challenging, and most of all, always be leading. Like the university, our alumni lead with purpose. Congratulations and best wishes in all your future adventures.
Well, we're almost there. So in closing, I would like to offer a few words of thanks. I would like to thank Dr. Randy Gregg once again, for sharing his story, his wisdom for the second time with our university family. Thank you. I also wish to thank our talented vocalist, Tainan Thorogood, and our outstanding Convocation band under the direction of Dr. Thomas Dust. And I wish to acknowledge the hard work of the staff of the Office of the Registrar and the Office of the Senate for the organization of today's Convocation and for keeping everything moving at the pace it has. So thank you so much. Finally, to our graduates, congratulations for all that you've accomplished leading up to the conferral of your degree. Your convocation today symbolizes what we can achieve together, how we can uplift the whole people, how we can continue to explore, and more important than ever, how can we steadfastly pursue the truth. In a world where misinformation travels at lightning speed, where populism and individualism prevails, where wars and violence continue unabated globally, and where our neighbors suffer from homelessness, despair, mental and physical health challenges, you are the reason we have hope. That with your education, you will work tirelessly to promote the truth, to bring unity, compassion, and kindness, and to be the leaders of transformation, innovation, and above all, truth. As you walked across the stage today, I saw and sensed your energy, your enthusiasm, and your passion. And it brings me an amazing feeling of hope, and it inspires me to believe that the future is definitely in good hands. I hope you feel incredibly proud for what you've accomplished for your years at university. You spent hours, months, and years listening and learning, digging into complex issues and topics, thinking critically about some of the most pressing issues of our time, sharing time with friends and colleagues, and preparing for whatever your journey will take you. I hope you remember that you're leaving our university not only with a degree, but with the opportunity and responsibility to do everything you can to make our families, our communities, and the world a better place. and we are counting on you to do that. In turn, we are incredibly proud of all of you, our newest graduates and alumni. Whatever path you choose, I can assure you that the university will be here cheering you on, celebrating your accomplishment and successes. So please enjoy your celebration, well deserved, and thank you so much for being here.